here. Slim and Kevin back there eating in the back. Hi, guys. Jay over here holding the door, holding the fort down. We appreciate you being here. We've got a great show for you today. I was listening to Joe soundcheck a little earlier. Sounds great. Are you ready for a good show for lunchtime? Please welcome Joe Bachman.
It's one thing to sing country music. It's another thing to just smell the barbecue. My goodness. It smells great. Feels like home. How's everybody doing? This is our very first time in your beautiful city of Spokane. We landed about an hour and a half ago at the airport. So thanks for letting us come here and sing some songs for you all. We appreciate it. And introduce you real quick on my left and your right from southern New Jersey. This is B-Dubs right here on the piano. Everybody say hi to B-Dubs. And my right and your left, originally from Boston, Massachusetts, this is Oz right here, as you could tell by... Oh, no, I was going to point at your thing. It's off.
Strap today.
No strap today.
I'm going strapless.
All right. It's going to be that kind of day. So I write 99% of my songs in Nashville, Tennessee. This one song, the only song that I ever wrote outside of Nashville. This song's called Something About a Woman. I wrote this up in Philly, PA with a buddy of mine named John Rupp. Comes on like a hurricane without any warning. Kinda like second day, leaves you wanting more and tasting that last sweet kiss so early in the morning. There's something about love, there's something about a woman. Out in the middle of God knows where. Boy, you know I couldn't help but stare. She had the perfectly imperfect kind of smile. Then she's got the sweetest kiss. One part angel, one part bliss. First taste of love lingers for a while. And I'm losing control. This is how this thing goes before you know. It comes on like a hurricane without any warning. And kinda like second day, leaves you wanting more and tasting that last sweet kiss so early in the morning. There's something about love, there's something about a woman. Then 3 years later we're shaking hands, a sweaty brow and a golden band. Holding her in my heart lives to believe she's losing control. This is how this thing goes before you know. It comes on like a hurricane without any warning. Kinda like second day, leaves you wanting more and tasting that last sweet kiss so early in the morning. There's something about love, there's something about a woman. Would you all put your hands together for B-Dubs on the piano right here? And I'm losing control. This is how this thing goes before you know. Comes on like a hurricane without any warning. Kinda like second day, leaves you wanting more and tasting that last sweet kiss so early in the morning. There's something about love, and I'm tasting that last sweet kiss so early in the morning. There's something about love, there's something about a woman. Thank you all so very much. So I'll tell you a little story. This is the only time we'll get serious today. The rest of it we'll have fun. I promise y'all. This is not only my favorite song I've ever written. This is the most important song I ever wrote. Anybody? I know we're a far, far, far ways away. Anybody ever been to Key West, Florida by any chance? One guy. All right. Two guys? Well, people don't realize there's a huge Key West Nashville connection. This coming year is either the 18th or 19th year in a row. They've done a songwriters festival down there. They've been doing it for almost 20 years. And so May 2011, I was playing the Songwriters Festival. I was on the beach, a place called the Southernmost Beach down in Key West. And it was about 3:30 in the afternoon, and I was playing for a bunch of our armed forces, about 150 of them and their families. Heck yeah. So I'm standing there, and I invited each and every one of them. We were doing a television show for Stormy Warren and GAC, and I invited all of them back to our show that night. We were playing at 10 o'clock at Sloppy Joe's. And so it's 9:45 at night, and I'm standing there on stage, and there's 600 people in the room. It is absolutely packed. Couldn't fit another person in there, half of which was our armed forces and their families. It was 300 plus. And so right before we were about to go on, a buddy of mine from the United States Air Force, Daniel Sheridan, he walked up to the stage, and he showed me a cell phone and kind of held it up like that. And I looked at it, and it said, "Please make an announcement. We just killed bin Laden." And as you can imagine, that was pretty heavy, especially standing there in front of 600 people. I looked down at him. I said, "Brother, there's no announcement I'd rather make, but if there's any chance I'm wrong, I look like the biggest jerk in the world." It hadn't been public news at this point. And so he said, "I understand," and he kind of turned around and waved up another guy. And this gentleman approached, and he was a major in the United States Marine Corps, twice my size, could have broken me with his pinky easily. And he looked at me and he said, "Son, I promise you, our Navy SEALs captured and killed bin Laden tonight. And there's 300 of us in the house, and all we want to do is celebrate. It'll be public news in an hour, but you need to make this announcement." So I made the announcement. It was one of the most amazing moments of my entire life. And we brought up a bunch of our armed forces up on stage with us, and we held the American flag. And for that night, it just felt different. It was just, we played 4 hours without a break. It was one of the most incredible nights of my life. So fast forward for the next 7 weeks, we're out on the road, we're out touring, and I wasn't home at all. And I finally got home the early part of July. And I walked in the door of my house, and sitting on my living room table was a box. And I opened it up, and there was an American flag and a plaque. What I didn't know was that night when we were celebrating in Key West, my friends that were stationed in Gitmo were watching us live on the webcam. And they were so taken back by my patriotism and what the band and I did that they took an American flag and they flew it for 9 minutes and 11 seconds over Gitmo that night that we killed bin Laden. They presented it to me from my patriotism. It's the greatest gift I've ever gotten in my entire life, and it's hanging in my office in my home. So it leads me to this song. One of those gentlemen that presented me with a flag, his name is Lieutenant Commander Jason Duff of the United States Navy. He's a psychologist. And he sent me a text message in the middle of the night 18 months ago, and it said, "Joe, there's a whole bunch of songs about our armed forces, and there's just as many about the unfortunate ones we've lost. But what I've never heard before is a song specifically going out to those that have gone overseas, have fought for our country, and have since come home and are dealing with what they heard, what they felt, what they smelled. It's called PTSD, and it strickens hundreds and thousands of our soldiers, hundreds and thousands of our armed forces." And so my father is United States retired Army, and I wanted to talk to him, and I did about 6 months of research for this song. I took it as an honor and a challenge, and I learned all about it. And I learned that what it affects first is all their senses, their sight, their smell, what they hear, all of it. And so I got together with a buddy of mine in Nashville. His name is Mitch Rossell, and Mitch and I wrote this song, and it's the reason I say it's my favorite song, I think you'll be able to tell, but the reason it's the most important song to me is because I've learned that over the last 6 months, I get dozens of emails a week from soldiers and sailors and Marines that say thank you for helping us and being our voice, that the things we can't say. But most importantly, I learned over the last 6 months that our armed forces is now using my song as therapy for our veterans that are coming home. And what greater gift is that as a songwriter to have that happen? So thank you for listening to this. This is called A Soldier's Memoir. Been home about 6 months now, and I still have my doubts. I'm not sure how I got here or how I'm gonna get out. And my mama says I look the same as I did before I left. But if she could see inside of me, it would scare her to death. And I could still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun. I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run." And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, got it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. They taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Last Saturday they honored us in a small parade downtown. When they shot off those fireworks, I nearly hit the ground. And while they smiled and cheered for us, all I could do was stare. 'Cause part of me is here at home, but part of me is back there. And I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun. And I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run." Well, I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, got it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. They taught me how to put that uniform on, but I just can't get it off. God, there's no end in sight. 'Cause even though I'm home now, I'm still fighting for my life. But I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun. And I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run." Well, I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, got it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. They taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you. I promise I'll lighten the mood the whole rest of the time. I promise y'all. But if anybody is interested, obviously that's a really, really important topic to us. And there's a website out there called the Boot Campaign. It's www.bootcampaign.com. Their motto is, when they come back, we give back. And a portion of those sales from that song go right to them. So thank you. I hope you all enjoyed that. It means the world to us. Could we ask somebody for a few waters? I'm sorry. We forgot to bring them out here. Appreciate it. You got one?
Yeah.
I forgot to bring
Joe
one out.
forgot.
Sorry, I'm not speaking for them anymore. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm the idiot that forgot it. I apologize. Oh, all right, that's all right.
I'm good, man. I got one. Thank you.
So there are just absolutely beautiful women out here tonight, and I would like to send this one out to you all. And no offense to the guys, but this one's for all the beautiful ladies out here. I wrote this one 3.5 weeks ago out in Nashville. I hope you guys like it. I wrote this with some buddies of mine. This is called "Don't Take Much." Don't take much to get me going. You call me up, say you want me to come on home for some time alone. Don't take much to get my attention. Way you got that t-shirt fitting, can't help myself. I don't wanna look nowhere else. Just one look when you walk by, just one wink from your blue eyes. That's enough, girl, your love tears me up. No, it don't take much to keep this old boy's heart a pumping. Rock my world like it ain't nothing. Turn me on with just one touch. Oh yeah, it don't take much. Woo! It don't take much sweet red wine to get those pretty hips keep the time. But watching you ain't all I'm gonna do, no. It don't take much to get me wishing that I could spend all day, every day kissing your suntan skin. When you flash that grin, just one look when you walk by, just one wink from your blue eyes. That's enough, girl, your love tears me up. No, it don't take much to keep this old boy's heart a pumping. Rock my world like it ain't nothing. Turn me on with just one touch. Oh yeah, it don't take much. Just one look when you walk by, just one wink from those blue eyes. That's enough, girl, your love tears me up. No, it don't take much to keep this old boy's heart a pump. Rock my world like it ain't nothing. Turn me on with just one touch. Oh yeah, it don't take much. Oh yeah, it don't take much. That's a brand new one. I hope you all like it. I'm going to do one with your help. I'm going to do one off my first record, if that's okay. Everybody just do this with me. This is a beer drinking, reminiscing, summertime kind of song right here. It's called Like We Used To. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't climb water towers to confess our love like we used to. We don't break beer bottles on city limit signs like we used to. We don't love a man, leave him, call him back, and we've been drinking. Don't have a black book to go through like we used to. Like we used to. Yeah, we run around like our days were numbered, chasing good times, living for the summer. Man, I'd love to sit down and have us a beer too. I can hear you, come on. Now we don't sneak into bars with fake IDs like we used to. And nobody raises his hell and keeps the sheriff on his toes like we used to. Now we don't light him up screaming cause bumper deep in the mud. See what our trucks will go through like we used to. Oh yeah, like we used to. Yeah, we run around like our days were numbered, chasing good times, living for the summer. Man, I'd love to sit down and have us a beer too. Come on, boy. Like we used to. One more time, this is P-Dubs on the piano, everybody. our high school jackets with pride like we used to. We'll sit up on the hood and dream of something better like we used to. Like we used to. Like we used to. Oh yeah, we'd run around like our days were numbered, chasing good times, living for the summer. Man, I love to sit down and have us a beer too. I said we'd run around like our days were numbered, chasing good times, living for the summer. Man, I'd love to sit down and have us a beer too. Like we used to. Like we used to. Like we used to. Like we used to. And we don't climb water towers to confess our love like we used to. Thank you guys so very much. We're going to do one last song, which is this is our single that we're traveling the country in support of. I'll tell you a quick funny story behind the single. That last song I did, that was from my first record. And my first record I did in Nashville 2 years ago, and I did it independently before we signed our deal. And so Jason Aldean's band was not only my musicians in my studio, they all played live for us, but they also co-produced my record with a guy named Arliss Albritton, who was Jamie Johnson's manager. And so we made a deal, and the deal was between myself and those guys, the deal was, I know you're a songwriter, but best song wins. So we're going to go into the studio, and we're going to cut the best songs that we can cut. Some of them will be yours, some of them will be other people's. And so they sent me Look at You, which is my single. They sent it to me 2 years ago. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, man, I absolutely love this song. I think it's just, I'm a boater. I love being out fishing and on the water. And I just, all I could hear was cranking this thing up when you're doing, 40 knots on the water. So I was like, man, I have to have this song. So I told them the next day, I was like, please do me a favor, call the publishing house. For those of you who don't understand how it works, if you don't write the song, you have to get approval from the songwriters. So I was like, please call the publishing house, tell them we want to cut this song. So they called the next morning, and the lady answers the phone. She's like, you missed it by 12 hours. Dierks Bentley just put it on hold yesterday. And I was like, you got to be kidding me, Dierks. So we waited right up until the day we were recording, and we couldn't get it, and I thought he was going to put it on the record. And then over the course of the last year, Dierks has been recording his record, and he put Riser out, and this wasn't on it. So he passed on the song, and I called up the next day, and I said, can I have it? And they said, heck yeah. So this is my newest single. This is called Look at You. First, before we play it, I just want to say thank you so much to Coyote Country for having us out. It means the world to us, and most of all, we get to do what we love for a living because of y'all. So thank you for your support. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We sure did. And to all of our friends watching all over the country, I'm sure we'll see you soon. Thanks so much for you guys streaming it. This is called Look at You. I'm going to need your help for this song. All you got to do, when I say the word oh, you say oh back just as loud, if not louder than me. All right? Here we go, guys. It's called Look at You. Look at you, sucking on a straw in a cold, cold bottle. Baby, bless my soul. Look at you, seat back, changing that station with your 10 toes. Crank it up, everybody, oh, sing it. And if you knew what I was thinking, girl, oh, look at you, look, it's all good, good, all good. My eyes telling my lips what they're gonna do. Look at you, so dang good looking. My eyes telling my lips what they're gonna do. I can't help it, I can't help it, I can't help it, can't help it. Look at you. Look at you, rhinestone cross on the pockets of your cutoffs. Oh my Lord, look at you, killing that tiny little black tank top, looking so hot. Oh now, oh come on. If you knew what I was thinking, girl, oh, look at you, look, it's so good, good. in trouble now. You're so intoxicated, it's like a shot a dozen rounds of Cuervo whiskey or maybe some kind of love potion. You got my head is spinning round and oh, sing. Oh, look at you, look, it's so good, good, all good. My eyes telling my lips what they're gonna do. Look at you, so dang good looking. My eyes telling my lips what they're gonna do. I can't help it, I can't help it, I can't help it, can't help it. Look at you. Oh, 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 I can't help but look at you. Oh, 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 can't help but look at you. That's Oz, that's B-Dubs, I'm Joe Bachman. Thank you all so very much.
How about one more time for Joe Bachman, everybody? All right, we're going to let them take a quick little break, and then we're going to excuse you by table for some photographs, and we've got some autographed pictures, too. So hang on just 1 second. We'll excuse you by table to come on over and get a picture with Joe. All right, thanks for coming.